We will talk about portmanteaus. We will talk about portmanteaus today, guys. Do you have any idea about portmanteaus? What does portmanteau mean? Do you know it? Does anyone have an idea about portmanteau? Do you? Firstly, let me share it. Okay. So does anyone have an idea about what does portmanteau mean in English? Do you have? If you want, you can write in the chat. I will see that if you have it. If you have any idea about portmanteau. Do you guys? Do you? All right. So I guess no. So we're just going to start the lesson talking about portmanteaus. So today our lesson will be focused on portmanteaus in English. What does portmanteau mean? Firstly, we're just going to see that. So here we have you ever heard about portmanteau, the word portmanteau? If no, so we are just going to have the definition of portmanteau and when it is origin for. And we are just going to have some words of portmanteau also at the same time, the things that we are using right now. So as you know, people, they are always talking about new stuffs, new word included in English. So sometimes you can hear someone speaking and you don't really know what they are talking about. So they use either portmanteau or they are using something that we call acronym, okay? So today, this is the mix between acronym or something else because we are using it a lot. For example, we have the word internet and we have the word, for example, weblog, these kind of things. We will see them right now. So here we have portmanteau meanings. So a portmanteau is a word that is formed by combining two different terms to create a completely new word. So I mean, you are just going to take one word here and you will take another word, you will combine them and you will create a new word, okay? For example, I'm just going to give you some portmanteau words in Turkish. Here right now here we have through blending the sounds and meanings of two existing words, a portmanteau creates a new expression that is a linguistic blend of the two individual terms, of course. So you're just going to take two terms and then you will create them, you will combine them to create a completely new word. That's the meaning of portmanteau. For example, in Turkish, this is something that I have thought, of course, I've never heard it for someone else. For example, we have the word mükemmel. So what does it mean? It is the portmanteau word formed from the combining müthiş and mükemmel, for example. If you combine them, you are just going to take it. It means it is very good, it is very fantastic, it is formidable, okay? So that's the meaning of that. I just gave the example in Turkish, and today we are just going to focus on the examples in English. Maybe you have heard these words before, but you don't know the meaning of these ones, or you don't even know what is the combining words between the two and how did they create it. We are just going to see all of them here. So now, why are portmanteau words used in English? Why? So writers use portmanteaus or portmanteaus, okay, to make their word choice more interesting. For example, now if you were talking with somebody and you want that somebody making or a new impression, or you were just going to make a good impression to the person that you were talking to, you can use the words portmanteaus in English. So portmanteaus show that a writer's creativity infuses the way or the very words they use. So they are trying to use new words in order the people, they are not going to understand what they are talking about, and then they can express themselves or impress you to say that this word means this and that word means that, okay? So here we are just going to see the origin of portmanteau. Where did it start from? So we are just going to see it here. We have like For example, here, the origin of the word portmanteau. So the term portmanteau was first used by Humpty Dumpty in Lewis Carroll's novel Through the Looking Glass, written in 1871. So the first person who used these kind of words that we call portmanteau, it is the name of the guy is Lewis Carroll. Okay, he has written a novel. The novel's name is Through the Looking Glass, written in 1871. He used a lot of portmanteau words. So interestingly, the word portmanteau itself is also a blend of two different words. Of course, porter means to carry, and manteau means a cloak. Okay, you can say cloak means palto. You can say like this. So portmanteau words are extremely popular in modern day English, and a new word combination or new word combinations are regularly popping up. So below you will find 86 examples of portmanteau. Of course, we have more than that, but I will show you just one, or I will show you some of them, okay? But you better know that these words shouldn't be used in an essay. So while writing a formal essay, you have not to use these words, of course, okay? It is forbidden. Why? So we just use it in our speaking or our daily speaking. If you want somebody to make some impression with you, so we were just going to use it, it is better. But if you are writing a formal essay, you have not to use these words, because these are new words that we are using right now, and they are not very, usable for formal essays. So, but you can use them in your daily speaking to sound like a native English speaker. So let's have a look of some portmanteau words used in nowadays. Let's see here. The first one, we have Bollywood. Normally Bollywood, everybody says Bollywood, Bollywood, but where Bollywood words start and what does it mean? So Bollywood means Bombay and Hollywood. So this is the Indian movie industry, okay? We have Hollywood, of course, which is the American one, and also Bollywood. Bollywood is for the Indian movie industry. And we have Brangelina. Brangelina, what does it mean here? It means Brad and Angelina Jolie, okay? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. So here the word used to describe the celebrity couple Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, okay? So we say Brangelina. And we have bromance. Bromance, what does it mean? It means brother plus romance. Sometimes you can have some close relationship between you and your friend, and this relationship is related to a very brothership or a brotherhood, okay? So you can say he is my bromance. So it means a close relationship between two men, okay? If I have a friend and I can see him as a brother, so I can say we have a bromance relationship, okay? A bromance relationship. Number 4, we have brunch. As you know, brunch is a portmanteau at the same time. It is the combining word between breakfast and lunch. So a meal that is eaten after breakfast but before lunch. See, this is the meaning of brunch. And we have carjack. It means car hijack, okay? To take someone's car by force. You are not going to take a permission from somebody. So if you have a carjack, it means you took a car from somebody by force. You say, I will take it and I'm not going to take your permission. That's the meaning of carjack, okay? And we have chillax. Chillax, it is a combination between the two words chill and relax, which means calm down or to take a rest, okay? So you say, your friend, today I don't want to go out with you. I'm trying to have a chillax. It means I will try to have a rest at home, to have a nap at home, okay? And we have Chinglish. Chinglish means Chinese plus English. So what does it mean? It means a variation of the English language as spoken by people of Chinese descent. So if you go to China, you can find that the accent doesn't sound like a British one or an American one. So they have the accent. You can say he is a Chinglish. It means he has spoken the language, but with an accent from the Chinese descent. That's the meaning of Chinglish, okay? And we go on here. We have Cineplex. Cineplex. What does it mean? It means cinema and complex, which means a movie theater with several screens of cineplex. And we have crunk. Crunk. It means crazy drunk, somebody who is out of control after consuming alcohol a lot. Okay, so we call he is a crunk. For example, you go to the bar or you go to the pub and you have consumed a lot of alcohol. We can call you a crunk because you drunk much more than is needed. Okay, that's the meaning of crunk. And we have edutainment. Edutainment, what does it mean? It means education plus entertainment. So it means games or other forms of entertainment that have an educational aspect. For example, now you are working with your students, you are in the class, so you are just going to play a game with them. You have some Joe parties, you have, for example, some hangman. These are some games which are just going to teach something. So you can call it an edutainment, okay? And we have electrocution. What does it mean? It means electricity execution. It means death by electricity. So for example, we don't have it in this country, in Turkey, I mean, but if you go to somewhere that we call America or the other places, you can find this kind of execution. So, but somebody kills somebody or somebody make a big mistake or a crime, so they are just going to have or to give him a death by electricity. That's the meaning of electrocution, okay? And we have available. So we have the word available and we have the word available. So here it means electronic available. It means to be available online via an electronic method such as email. For example, you were just going to wait from your friends a message, or you were just going to talk with them for your message and stuff like that. So if you are available for the electronical devices or the devices, you can say you are available at the moment. And we have fiction. It means fact and fiction, which mean a story, speech, or novel that contains historical and real life facts combined with invented informations. Okay, so we have, like, for example, a fiction, or we can have science fiction books. So if they are giving some new informations and which are very invited informations, you can say this is a fiction. Okay, it is a fact and at the same time a fiction. And we have feminazi. What does it mean, feminazi? It means feminist and nazi at the same time, which means an extreme feminist, okay? Somebody who doesn't believe of the, the high quality or the highness or the, how can I say, the extremely goodness or beautifulness of the man, and he's just going to say like, I am a feminist, but an extreme feminist. We can say he or she is a feminazi, okay? And we go. Frenemy. Frenemy means a friend and at the same time your enemy. So it means someone who is supposed to be a friend, but whose actions are made characteristic of a foe. For example, you think he is your friend or she is your friend, but his characteristic and personality doesn't show that, okay? He's making something else, like talking behind you and going to someone that you don't talk to and talking to him. So you can say, he or she is my frenemy, okay? And we have glamping. What does it mean? It means play more, camping, which means luxury camping. So we have two kinds of camp. We have a fancy camp, which we know we are just taking our tent and we go near the lake and have there, we're just going to fire, having some coffees, making some barbecue and stuff like that. This is fancy camping. But glamping, it means everything is ready. You are just going to take your bag and you go. You don't need any eye tools. You don't need any, any items to do. So you have there your barbecue space, you have your room, you have your shower, you have your kitchen, everything is ready. So that's the meaning of glamping, okay? And we have the word hangry. Hangry is the combination between hungry and angry, which means the feeling when you didn't eat for a long time. For example, you ate or you have eaten your breakfast and till night you didn't eat anything. So you were feeling hungry at the same time you are angry. So this is the meaning of hungry, okay? If you say somebody, you don't like me, or I am hungry right now, and I think you are not going just to like me at the moment because I am angry and nervous at the same time, okay? And we have the word which everybody know, internet. So international network, it means that one, a global system of interconnected computer networks. You can access our proofreading service via the internet, okay? And we have modem that everybody knows also. So it means modulation, demodulation. It means an electronic device that makes possible the transmission of data to or from a computer via telephone or other communication lines, okay? So a modem, like the modem that we have here for the internet and the things that we are using here to make our transmission of data to a form of computer or telephone. And we have here motel. Everybody knows hotel, motel. So it means motor, hotel. It means overnight accommodation designed for motorists. Okay. Normally, motel was used for the motorists, the people who are using motors, and then they don't have anywhere to sleep at the night, so they are just going to go to an overnight accommodation to stay there the whole night. That's the meaning of motel. And we have Oxbridge. It means Oxford, Cambridge, an inclusive term that is used to describe both Oxford and Cambridge universities, okay? And we have screenager. Screenager, it means screen teenager, which is the typical adolescents who indulges excessively in screen entertainment. For example, now our brothers and sisters, they don't want to go out. They are always in front of the screens, so they don't want to go out and stuff like that. So you can say my brother is a screenager, okay? He likes screen so much. And we have she-male, which is she, male or female. It means a man disguised as a woman. For example, we know that skirt belongs to the women. But if a man wear a skirt, so we can say he is a she-male, okay? And smoke, which is smoke plus folk, like nowadays that we are living right now here in this, in these circumstances. So in Turkey, everywhere is smoke. So everybody, I don't know, and I hope that these kind of things will be the end. So a form of air pollution that has the qualities of both smoke and fog, okay? And we have Spanglish. Spanglish means Spanish plus English, so it means a hybrid. Hybrid means somebody's father is from a country and his mother is from another country. So if they have a child, the child just going to be hybrid. It means Meles, of course. So a hybrid language that combines English and Spanish, especially if you go abroad, if you go to Europe, you can find a lot of examples of this kind of kinds, okay? Hybrid, okay? Mixed blood. And we go. Here we have telethon. Telethon means television marathon. It means a very long television program. For example, you are watching a program which takes so long time, like 3 or 4 hours, or it's just going to take more than that hours. You can say it is a telethon. And we have a workaholic. It means work alcoholic. It means an individual who works excessive hours. So here, for example, you live in a country where people are working so long hours. For example, you are working 12 hours in a day, or you are working 14 hours in a day. So you can say this guy is a workaholic. So he's working a very excessive hours for his life, okay? So these are the words that I bring for example, portmanteau words. And we have a lot of kinds, of course. This is not the all words. We have a lot of kinds. And I suggest you, if you write on Google, what are the portmanteau words that we have nowadays that we are using a lot, you can find them. For example, we have a word which calls staycation. Staycation means everybody goes on, vacation, everybody goes on holiday, they go to Fethiye, they go to Muğla, they go to Didim, or they go to Antalya, for example, and you don't go anywhere, but you stay at your home. If you stay at your home and spend your whole vacation on your home, we can call it a staycation. You can write it also if it is fine. And we have also, for example, the word, for example, photobomb. Okay, we have the word photobomb. It means, for example, sometimes you take a very nice view and you wanted to take the photo, but suddenly somebody passed and destroy your photo. We can say he is a photobomber, or your photo was bombed. Okay, these are some portmanteau that we are using right now here, and if you write it on Google, you can find a lot of portmanteaus that we are using nowadays. There are a lot and a lot. And I suggest you, if you want to speak a very good English, of course, so you were just trying to have some portmanteau inside, okay? Inside, or instead of saying I am hungry and angry, you can say I am hungry or hangry, okay? If you say I am working a lot of hours, so you can say I am a workaholic. You can use it also. Or if you can say, for example, I love my brother, or I love my friend very much, he is like my brother. So you can say, I have a bromance between me and my brother, for example. It means that kind of things. You can use them, but be aware, you are not going to use them in a formal writing or written essay. You are not going to use it there. This is just for speaking. If you want to improve your English, you can use them as, very sensitive words that we're just going to have here. And I would like to finish this presentation, of course, with a nice quote, which is, one language sets you in a corridor for life, two languages open every door along the way. It means bir dilsiz yaşam için bir koridor sokar, yol boyunca her kapıyı ittir açar. So you have to understand that you are not going to you have the Turkish. Okay, Turkish is a very rich word. It is a very rich language, of course, so that you have to speak with the other people. But don't forget that if you know one language, you are one person. If you know two languages, it means you are two person. And if you know three, you are just going to go up. You have to learn it well, and you have to go on for that, because this word nowadays belongs to people who knows more than one language. Of course, you have to be you have to be a bilingual, or you have to be a trilingual, or you have to be a polyglot. But if you know one lingual, which is monolingual, maybe you're not going to have a lot of access for this word. So you have to learn them well, and you have to go on with them well, and you have to learn words with the very sensible way that we're just going to do that. So a lot of people, they struggle of learning words. I suggest you to have your box. If you have your box, you are just going to memorize those words and put them in the box, and maybe one day or 2 days, 1 month, 1 year, you're just going to have a lot of words that you can use. And don't forget, if you want to speak a language, 100 words or 600 words, 600 words is enough to speak a language. Okay, so this is our presentations, guys. And if you have any question, of course, I can take questions. You can write it in the chat. I can take your questions if you have them. Okay, compound words, we use them normally in our in English. For example, you will say motorcycle. Okay, so you are taking two nouns. You take two nouns and you put them together without keeping. You are not going to cut anything. So the two words, you're just going to combine them and create another word. For example, you have sunglasses. So sun is a noun, glasses is a noun. You put them together, it is sunglasses, which has another meaning. But portmanteau, you were taking a word and another word, you combine them, and sometimes you cut them. For example, we have hungry and we have angry. So you are just going to put them together to create another word. Okay, this is the difference between compound words and portmanteau words. Dilan, thank you very much. Another question. Another question, if you have them. Yes, do you have another question, guys? Do you? Yeah, you can say that. Yes, hummingbird, it can be a compound word, but normally it's I mean, origin, you can say it is a portmanteau at the same time too, okay? Hummingbird. So you can say that like mockingbird, you can say also mockingbird, but mockingbird is a compound word. It is not a portmanteau, of course, right? So you can say hummingbird is a compound word, not a portmanteau word also at the same time, Dylan. Thank you. Yes. Other question? Other question? Other question? All right, you are welcome. And thank you very much, guys, for the attendance. And I hope to see you soon again. You take the good care of yourself. Have a nice day. Thank you.